For nearly 2 decades, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru faithful lived through a cycle of hope and inevitable heartbreak. That cycle finally broke in the 18th season when the squad secured the title, giving the city the moment it waited 17 years to see. This victory arrived as the crowning achievement in a dominant year for Indian cricket, following sweeps in the Under-19, Women's, and Men's T20 World Cups. But within this ecosystem, an IPL title is the ultimate currency. Winning it has turned the league's most scrutinized team into defending champions with a target on their backs. For years, the franchise operated as a vehicle for Virat Kohli's individual brilliance, but last year's victory was built on a complete systemic overhaul. Last season, 9 different players earned Man of the Match awards, distributing the burden of victory across the entire roster. This collective strength translated into 8 away victories, fueled by an elite bowling unit that refused to buckle. However, that championship-winning blueprint has been dismantled during the offseason, leaving the team exposed at the exact moment their title defense begins. Last season, Virat Kohli evolved from a steady anchor into a pure aggressor, a tactical shift that secured him the orange cap as the tournament's leading run scorer. His historical strike rate of 133 suddenly jumped to 145 during that title run, reflecting a calculated increase in his scoring speed. Now, Kohli returns to the IPL having officially retired from Test matches and international T20s, a move that drastically reduces his competitive workload. This creates a massive unknown. Can an athlete maintain a high-risk, aggressive approach when starved of high-level match practice for months? Without the rhythm provided by international cricket, Kohli's primary weapon, his timing, is no longer a certainty, but the team's biggest variable. Josh Hazlewood served as the foundation of their defensive strategy during the championship run. He delivered 22 wickets while maintaining an economy rate, the average number of runs allowed per over, of just 7 to 8 runs, an elite standard for T20 cricket. Hazlewood's extreme height creates a uniquely steep bounce, planting seeds of doubt in a batsman's mind long before the ball actually reaches them. That psychological edge is now gone. Hazlewood is sidelined with an injury and will miss the critical opening stretch of the new season. Replacement bowlers like Duffy or Thushara are talented, but they lack the physical stature required to replicate that specific, high-release vertical pressure. Missing Hazlewood does more than just lower the wicket tally. It removes the fear factor that once held opposing batting lineups in check. In a balanced lineup, elite bowling protects the batters. Without it, the pressure to set massive, unreachable totals shifts entirely to the top order. Phil Salt is the first player to feel this weight. Last year, his aggressive 175 strike rate allowed the middle order to play with freedom. But Salt is currently mired in a form crisis, coming off a string of single-digit scores during his recent World Cup appearances. That slump extends into the middle order, where key finishers like Tim David are also struggling to find their timing. RCB is entering the season without their primary defensive weapon, relying on a group of out-of-form batters to compensate for the loss. Winning a trophy is a test of talent, but defending one is a test of emotional endurance. Captain Rajat Patidar must lead this defense while navigating his slump in domestic cricket, adding another layer of tension to the locker room. Coach Andy Flower is betting on Patidar for a single reason: his unnatural emotional calmness. Flower believes that in moments of collapse, temperament matters more than current form. Without their ideal roster or peak performance, emotional regulation has become their only path to survival. The opening match against Hyderabad serves as a trial by fire for this compromised roster. Success now depends on veteran leadership, with Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Krunal Pandya required to absorb the tactical pressure left behind by Hazlewood. The central question remains: Virat Kohli must prove that a rested, part-time king is still lethal enough to carry a title defense. If RCB can retain their crown despite these missing pieces, they will prove their first title wasn't an outlier, but the start of a multi-year reign.